You hold in your hand a modest bronze disc minted in 1980 in South Africa. It weighs just 3 grams, measures 19 millimeters across, just over 1.5 millimeters thick. It's easy to dismiss as everyday change, but there's so much more hidden in its tiny form. On one side you see the coat of arms of South Africa at that moment, the shield divided into quarters, each quarter representing a province. You'll notice symbols, an ox wagon, a woman with an anchor, wildebeests, the orange tree. Around that, the name SUID Afrika * South Africa * 1980 *, and below, in tiny letters, the initials TS for Tommy Sassin, the designer. On the reverse, 2 Cape sparrows perch on a branch, the inscription E1C above them, and again the artist's initials subtly placed beneath. That simple pairing of sparrows, the elegance of their pose, the crispness of detail when the coin is well preserved, that is where its beauty lives. It was cast in bronze, the alloy a mixture of copper, tin, and a hint of zinc. It had an edge that was reeded. It circulated in daily commerce, passing through countless pockets, coin purses, cash registers. It was minted in the Centurion Mint, nearly 63.432 million of them made for circulation that year. That's a big number, yet even among so many there are degrees of rarity, when you get into the condition, the proof versions, and whether any minting errors occurred. Plain examples, heavily circulated, show wear, the details in the wings of the sparrows fade, the feathers flatten. The edges get soft. The inscriptions around the arms lose sharpness. Yet some survive in remarkably good condition, no major scratches, clear details, full relief, good luster. These are the coins that attract serious attention from collectors. Uncirculated coins, those never handled or only lightly handled, retain latent brilliance. Proof issues, struck with specially prepared dies and polished blanks, can have mirror-like fields and raised, frosted details. These are far less common. The cent was part of a series that ran from 1965 through 1989 in South Africa, so the 1980 piece sits in the middle of that run. In 1989 the small denominations were withdrawn from circulation. The 1 cent coin no longer functioned as everyday tender after that, so by that time many of the surviving coins had been through decades of use. Weather, oxidation, scratches, cleaning attempts all degrade value. Collectors prize coins with minimal toning, intact surfaces, sharp edges, clean lettering. Even small nicks or slight wear can drastically reduce market value. When you look at how value is assigned, key factors are grade, condition, market demand, rarity of the specific specimen, especially proof or uncirculated, and the provenance. If you can find a 1980 coin that has never been circulated, kept in top condition, maybe even certified by a grading service, that coin becomes special. But for most circulated 1980 cents, value remains modest. Many pieces buy and sell for well under $1. According to numismatic catalogs, a typical circulated example of the 1981 cent coin might be worth around 50 to 60 cents in US dollars if condition is average. More carefully handled, better grade pieces can fetch higher prices among hobbyists. Proof or mint set examples are rarer and thus command premiums. But even those are rarely astronomical. Still, the story of coins like this is not just about price tags. It's about history. It's about the era it was born in, the hands through which it passed, the changes South Africa itself passed through, political, economic, social. This small coin witnessed decades of change, inflation, shifts in currency itself, shifts in what money means to people. The imagery tells something too, the sparrows, the coat of arms, the bilingual country name, the melding of English and Afrikaans on the coin. These are design choices that reflect culture, language, identity. For a viewer or collector, touching one of these pieces is touching part of that history. Imagine the joy someone feels holding one in that pristine proof form where light plays off every raised line, where there's no corrosion, no friction wear. Knowing that out of tens of millions, very few survived in that kind of state. That someone, perhaps a collector, maybe a museum, might pay far beyond face value. And that longing to own something rare, something steeped in decades, makes collectors dream.